Good evening and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. This is Kristen and this is day 14's sketch for 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and Scraptember with Laura Alberts and the Scrappy Sisters. So this has the prompt from Scraptember is mixed media, and so it's got 4 circles, bunch of stars, some like graphing in the back, a title with some journaling space here, and that is our sketch for today. So I have done some prep work for this, and I have already cut my 4 pictures and put them in circles. I was trying to think of the best pictures that I had that I could cut down. Most pictures I take are kind of up close or, close enough, and they're like 4x6, but this specific experience I took from a distance because I had to. My husband, my son, and I were on quarantine, and because we all had COVID, and my daughter was safe because she doesn't live at our house anymore, and she's a big grown-up, kind of, and she was delivering food to the 2 of the 3 of us that could taste, and so I jokingly told her that we needed some entertainment, and she came over blaring the YMCA and proceeded to do the motions and dance in our yard. So if you can kind of get the gist of where I'm going with these pictures, this is what I'm going for. So I have these 4 pictures that I have already matted on circles I cut on my Cricut and sprayed with 4 different colors of Distress Oxides. So there's part of my mixed media. I have those. I created my title on my Cricut as well, if I can pick it up. I've decided I'm going to use these. These were an accidental way too small cut, so I'm setting them aside just in case. But I also used the same 4 colors and created these letters and then sprayed them with those individually. Now these have like all 4 on each circle. These I put into 4 corners of my spray box and sprayed them with the 4 different colors. So more mixed media. And then I thought blue would be a great color, and I really love the wicking in the back. So I made this page and I love it. Now there's some icky this and that's around here, but I just love it. This is one of my newest bottles of Delusion's shimmer spray. However, because I was under the impression blue is my daughter's favorite color, I made the mistake of calling her or texting her and asking her what her favorite color for the moment is, and she said that her favorite color is pink. So I got out a piece of pink paper in a not too horrible color. I don't dislike pink, don't get me wrong. But anyway, so I pulled out this watermelon-y shade and I created a kind of like a die cut stencil on my Cricut, laid it down, covered the sides, and sprayed with a couple of different colors of Distress Oxides, and then the 4 colors that I used for this, I wanted to bring it in, and I covered the middle and then did the little splattering. So this is going to be my base page. These are the colors for the strips that I'm going to pull in. This is a textured paper by Recollections. This was, you could see part of it still, a ombre paper from Recollections, and I'm going to trim these down and use these. And then I don't know what stickers I want to use. There's just a plethora of American Crafts, Stickabilities, even some Crafter Square from the dollar store, Vicky Boot and Amy Tangerine, Bella Boulevard, all sorts of different brands in here. So I'm going to hold on to all of those. And I may end up pulling some more sprays out, but I'm pretty sure I have sprayed as much as I'm going to spray. I wanted to get that done before we got started, since it takes some time, especially with the new ones, to dry, and with as much as on there. So let's see how this turns out. So I wanted to say that blue shimmer spray that I used, the Delusions, is called London Blue. And I did not use it again throughout this layout, but just in case you were wondering what that gorgeous shimmery grid was, I will use that. And you all might see that in a future 30 days of sketches. So I'm trimming down this ombre paper because I want to have a piece that's about 3 inches wide, because the letters that I cut, the YMCA letters, are 2 inches tall. So that blue paper ends up being just a smidge over 3 inches. And then I cut down that textured paper to 2 inches because I just wanted to have that break behind there, and the texture, because it's got like little arrows kind of pointing back and forth. So I put that down first because I wanted, like I said, a break from that bright pink before laying down the blue. And I wanted that blue so that I could matte, or, put the paper, the title on the blue, because it would make it stand out. I put it up against just the layout and the Y disappears. Then I put it on that light colored pink and the yellow kind of fades in, plus the pink. So I decided I wanted some blue anyway, even though blue is not her favorite color right now. She's always said it was the rainbow, so I figure any color I bring in is really a good color. But the pink background really made everything pop, and I'm glad that she picked the pink. So I think that white might have faded out some of the colors in my circles. Okay, so I am gluing down the 2 strips of paper. I already glued or not glued, but double-side taped. I'm evening out the blue paper because it had a little uneven end, and I obviously don't want that. I am wonky enough with my scrapbooking. I do not need it if I can control it. So I love this ombre paper. It came from one of the Hot Vibe pads, and it's got a bunch of different colors, and they go up and down either direction, and I love how flexible they are and how vibrant the colors are. So my trimmer is getting a little old, and so I had to trim off some of the little paper fuzz on this one end of this blue paper. So I didn't mind covering most of that light pink up, but I definitely wanted to leave it exposed because I've got a lot of embellishments, stickers, word phrases, a lot of word phrases coming, and I want to have room to put them places. So I figure the best way to get these down, since they're a little on the thin side, is to use my ink, or I always call it ink, my pen, my Zig memory pen. I could have used my very thin double-sided tape, but I felt like this was going to be faster for you all than me laying down the double-sided tape and then peeling it all off. So I thought this would work better. And I have a little stamping block. It's not very heavy, but I thought it would help keep those weighed down so that I'm not sitting there holding all of those little edges down the whole time. So I get the Y, M, C, and A lined up as best as I can. I am definitely a wonky scrapbooker, like I said, so I don't expect perfection because that's just not me. So I just get it down there as best I can, and I'll lay that little stamping block over it just for a little extra weight. So then I finally get the A down, and it's almost perfectly centered on that blue, and it wasn't my intention. Like, my initial thought was there'd be a big piece of blue at the end, and that was fine. But it almost looks centered, just almost. So now I'm going to use big fat pieces of double-sided tape to glue or to tape down the circles with the pictures, because I want to be able to tuck things in, so I don't want to get those glued down too much. So I'm going to put those in a fashion that you're not going left to right and then right to left, which was my initial thought. In the sketch, it's a little bit towards the right and then almost a diagonal to the left. And I didn't want to do that because it's not how you read. So I decided to do left down to the right and then a little bit straight down kind of thing. So it was more the way you would read the letters that my daughter is making with her arms. And if you have never seen the YMCA, sang and danced, well, I am sorry for you. So I am now going through all the stickers that I thought I would like, and picking the ones that I really like, but I'm not putting them down yet, just in case I find something better or more fitting, or I find something I love and it totally clashes with the other stickers. So while I'm going through those, I will tell you the colors that I used on the circles that I created and the letters. The Y is picked raspberry. The M is the M is wild honey. The C is twisted citron, and the A is carved pumpkin. The background paper, that middle grid paper, like I said, I made a hexagon with my Cricut, and I laid that down and sprayed the whole thing with the picked raspberry and abandoned coral, and then came in, I sprayed it with that, and then I came in with my new Postbox Red ink spray by Delusions, and tapped some red dots. Now you can't really see those very much. Even when it's created, there are still some spots that you can see it when you're looking at it in person. But from here on the camera, I don't see it as well. So, and that's okay. Like I said, in person, you can see it. After I finished that, I covered the middle, and I took those 4 initial colors and did the tapping on the sides, because I didn't want just a big, vast blankness over there. So I went ahead with those 4 colors and tapped that onto the page for some extra color and just some extra fun on the page. I mean, the whole prompt today was mixed media, so I did use mostly just one kind, but I used it in different ways, and I did use Delusions ink spray and Distress Oxides. So that makes a difference, right? So I have pulled a couple of stickers already. The first one came from my Pink Paisley Horizon, and it was a little globe that says something like young, wild, and free. And Lord knows my daughter is definitely like that. And then I also put a butterfly on there from that same collection. And I believe a heart I also tucked in there right next to, right above the Y. And then from a Stickabilities collection, I took that little sticker right above the Y and the M, and that says, "This was awesome," with little arrows pointing up. And I've wanted to use that, and this was the most perfect time to do that. And then underneath the YMCA in silver, it says surprise, and that came from the Crafter's Square dollar store stickers. And I believe I also pulled from that same, not the same sticker set, but from that same brand, I pulled a little speech bubble that says I love you, and then a little barcode that says be unique, and that's right above the C and the A. Then I went through my Amy Tangerine, and this is from the Brave and Bold collection, and I pulled a few different stickers that say think happy, one that says little moments, big memories, and that's below the picture that of my daughter creating the C with her arms. And then I stuck a little arrow that's like a shiny pink next to the first picture that says wow. It also came from that collection. And I'm trying to think if I picked anything out from there. I think that's it from Amy Tangerine. Oh, Think Happy is next to the Y in YMCA, and it's in bright little square colors. And then I went on to my Vicki Boutin color study and a sticker book. And I pulled out, at the very top, I'm going to put a little pink one that says Do Your Thing. And then below that on the C picture is a green one that says Trust Your Crazy Ideas, which is super fitting for this. A little further down next to the C says You Make the World More Colorful. And then a little further down with the A over to the right is in pink, says Shine Bright. And then I went back and picked a little black word phrase or word from another one of the sheets in this color study. And on the very top, I use the word unique. And next to the M, she's like about to go from the M to the C, I think. And so it's kind of like she looks silly, almost like she's doing YOCA. Anyway, so I used a little black words that said play. And then next to the C is a little one that says yay. I nestled that between the M and the picture. And then in the very, very bottom, next to the A is spark some joy. And she definitely sparked some joy. And then I think I've already pulled a different colored heart from this collection and tucked it into each of the circles. I picked 4 of the colors that are already on here, a yellow, an orange, a blue, and a pink. There was a green on there, but I really wanted to pull a little bit more blue in since the only blue I had was on that strip of paper and a couple of the stickers. So I am looking through the last few and I'm about to wrap things up because I love the way this looks and turned out. My daughter has already approved. I'm super happy with this. So tell me what you think. I hope that you all love it just like I do. And there's some close-ups. So I hope you all got a chance to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.